Hello and welcome to today's Reiki session. Today we'll be focusing on the spiritual pillar of our wellness web today. And so in order to support us in that process, I have this beautiful milky quartz sphere with the Reiki symbols placed on it to just kind of support us in this process. And I've also got some amazing essential oils to support us. So we're going to go with some frankincense on the center of the forehead, right at the third eye. Frankincense is an amazing essential oil for supporting spiritual connectedness. I also have Vetiver, which is a very calming blend. It's a little bit stuck because I haven't used it in a minute. It's very earthy, very rich. It's made from the roots of grasses. It's very, very viscous and it's very, very thick. So this is going to act as our grounding oil today. Kind of nice because it also helps support sleep if that's something that you are struggling with. There we go. Very, very thick essential oil. Also, I'm going to be utilizing a line, which is part of the Yoga Essential Oils collection. This is called the Centering Blend, which we can always use some centering when we are doing spiritual work. And then last but not least, we have Arise, which is the enlightening blend. And actually I'm going to place this behind the ears. This is also part of that yoga trio. These are great for use in meditation, which yoga can be a very meditative experience for sure. Just a way for mind and body to connect. Very nice. Kind of a deep, earthy, woodsy kind of smell. So today's oracle card is Fluorite, which connects our third eye with our spirit guides. So let me read that to you really briefly. Fluorite has shown up for you today to let you know that you are protected by your guides in the spirit world. Fluorite also helps you to enhance your intuition. It is associated with your third eye chakra. It's time for you to trust your intuition and trust in your spirit guides. They will never let you down or lead you astray. There's no need for you to ever feel alone again. You have your own spirit family who are with you at all times. Connecting with your spirit guides can help you access a higher source of wisdom and guidance. Connecting with your spirit guides is not hard. You just need to talk to them in your mind or out loud. Be patient with the process because it can take some time to learn how to hear your spirit guides. They can sound like your own voice or thoughts. And remember that messages from your spirit guides may also come in physical signs. For example, you may feel your body heat up or tingle or feel goosebumps on your arms. We'll just be working on connecting with spirit today. You can go ahead and get comfortable, allow the eyes to close. Begin to deepen the breath into your full body scan. Sending the breath into any areas of pain or tension. Begin to quiet the racing thoughts. And today I'd like to encourage you to focus the breath, or at least focus the intention, on your third eye, which is that point right between the eyebrows. If ever you get overwhelmed or feel you're going astray with your thoughts, you can return your focus to that point between the eyebrows, right in the center of the forehead. It's a very interesting experience having communication with spirit. You are not crazy if you hear voices in your head. It doesn't mean you have schizophrenia or anything like that. It just means that you are connecting with something that is higher, something that is kind of outside or beyond the realm of the physical experience. I know that particularly in healthcare, particularly in psychiatric healthcare, there is a lot of preoccupation with if you hear something that maybe isn't coming from yourself, it's coming from external, but no one else is experiencing what you're experiencing too, that can be highly disturbing, and there's a whole list of psychiatric conditions associated with that. But we're going to just release any attachment to any of that kind of conventional train of thought. We're just going to release any fears that we may have associated with communicating with Spirit. Spirit's not going to harm you. And Spirit is actually really, really responsive to your requests. So for example, Spirit most likes to communicate with me in moments when I'm feeling, I don't necessarily want to say distracted, but when I'm not necessarily needing to think a whole lot, like usually when I'm in the shower or the bath, when I'm kind of drifting off to sleep. That's another key time when I get a lot of message from Spirit. Also sometimes when I'm driving, because I'm in the zone, my body's so used to all of the motions that are required, I don't have to think quite so hard or focus quite so hard when I'm on the highway, with minimal traffic. And I'll get a lot of messages from Spirit that way, when I'm kind of already in this kind of the Zen zone, this meditative space where I'm not really having to exert a lot of mental energy. So if you find that's happening to you, don't worry about it. That's just Spirit trying to connect with you, because we are not just physical creatures. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. So fundamentally, we are one with Spirit and always have been. We're just going to create space today to connect with Spirit. This could be ancestors or loved ones who've transitioned from this physical experience into the next. These could be Spirit guides in terms of angels or other divine beings. These could be maybe Spirit guides in the forms of animals or mythological creatures even, whatever speaks to you. There's no judgment. You can definitely have more than one guide. No one's restricted or limited to one or two. You can have as many as you need. Some people have hundreds, even thousands, and that's okay. If you begin to notice any tingling sensations or a feeling of like either pulling or gentle pressure at the third eye, that's okay. We're just kind of allowing space to cleanse and purge any blocks that might be existing in that third eye, which will support us in connecting with that intuition. And as the oracle card reading stated, sometimes we receive physical signs from Spirit. I have several clients whose transitioned family members will leave them coins just in random places, like just on the floor or in a window well or a doorway. Just leave them a coin and their family member knows, oh, I see you. I'm thinking of you today. Thank you for showing up. Thanks for telling me you love me. So it's kind of a very sweet thing. Some of it is just a strong gut feeling that you need to do something or say something or be somewhere. And some of it's just kind of a warm sensation, kind of like getting a hug. It's great. Those are my favorite kinds of interactions. Sometimes guides just help us to kind of process through whatever experience we're having. Just allowing us a safe space to kind of process or think through completely whatever experience we may be having at the time. Sometimes Spirit can bring us information, like a random Google search pops up with something you never would have thought to look for. Or a friend recommends a book that you didn't know that you really could benefit reading. It's kind of those coincidental, seemingly unrelated, unconnected, but magically everything comes together kinds of experiences. I call those synchronicities. I like to credit a lot of those with paying attention to spirit, because you will be brought whatever it is that you need whenever you need it, whenever you're ready. So just take a few moments to connect with that third eye. With the eyes closed, kind of visualize that third eye opening. If it's supportive to you, you can run a finger starting at the base of the eyebrows and gently stroking upwards to the hairline, or maybe the center of the forehead, whatever feels best to you. It's kind of an awakening kind of action, kind of a physical reminder to the body to open that third eye. And just wait. Just see what comes. Do you see a person, a loved one? Do you see someone that you recognize? Do you see an animal? Do you see other divine beings like angels? Or maybe a god from mythology? Whatever you're connecting with, maybe it could even be something like a tree or a rock or something. What shows up for you today? It's not bad, it's not wrong, you see what you see. If today you don't experience anything, we'll just create space for you to begin to connect. Begin to acknowledge all the beautiful messages that Spirit has to offer you. Just allow yourself to be open, be willing to be guided. Going to take some of this Arise, which is the enlightening blend, and just put a little dot of that also on the third eye with that frankincense to just support this process today. Again, if you get overwhelmed, just return to the breath, return the focus to the third eye. Just the sensation of that space between the eyebrows. If you begin to feel a little bit like you're floating or being pulled away from your physical body at all, just return your attention to the breath for a moment. Begin to ground yourself in your body. You may always have a spiritual connection while being grounded in the body. To support this process, we'll go ahead and use a little bit more of the centering blend. I'm going to put that on my wrist on your behalf. And before we begin to close today, let's just take a moment to set the intention that we will be open to whatever message Spirit has for us. Without any judgment or any fear or apprehension. Just allowing those messages to come to us as we're ready to receive them, so that we might know whatever it is that Spirit wishes us to know. Begin to bring some movement into the body. Begin to allow the eyes to open. And let's conclude with our 3 slow, deep breaths. Bring the hands to the Kasho, which is prayer position, heart center. And breathe in slowly and out slowly. Again, breathe in and out. One final time, breathe in and out. Well done. Thank you for taking this time. May you be well. Namaste.